He was 14 the first time I met him downtown Little Rock. I was a 35-year-old accountant whom God had challenged to step out into a strange new world of hurting and pain I'd read about and seen news reports about, but had never really experienced. He was born to an addicted mom. He was immediately placed into foster care before he ever left the hospital and was adopted not long after by a family with good intentions, but with very little of anything else. And I was just starting out down this path of starting the Arkansas Dream Center, all the other ministries now under every Arkansan in our umbrella. They weren't even in my wildest dreams at that moment. While my battle was just beginning, this young man's he was in a fight for his life each and every day. And I don't mean that metaphorically. Literally, he was in a physical fight. He didn't look like the other kids. The disadvantages from his birth to foster care to adoption all impacted his life. He had been growing like a weed, for lack of a better term, and the best his parents could do was the free clothes being distributed by a local church. So his pants were always that 4 to 5 inches too short. We've all heard the nursery rhyme, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me." For this young man, the words people used against him did hurt. The truth is, the words others use against us replay in our heads long after they're spoken. No one here really likes me. I'm so awkward. Why can't I just be normal? I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. And then for him, it was the word floater. And yes, floater was what the other kids called him. It wasn't just a reference to the high water pants that he always wore, but to how they viewed him and ultimately how he viewed himself. Floater also meant that which is left after you're finished flushing the toilet. Even with my college degree and having read every book under the sun, I wasn't sure how to help. So I did what I still do to this day. I asked a friend for some advice. This man reached into his wallet, pulled out $200, and told me that sometimes there are no words, but only actions that can help a person get out of their reality. So that next night, I took this young man a few miles from his home to the mall. And when we walked in the doors, his world changed. He said, "I've never been here before. I never knew this place was here." That night, we found him a few pairs of jeans that fit, but he found so much more. You see, his hopes, his dreams, his plans, his future decisions were limited to the world he could see from his front porch. Regardless of the books he read, the movies he saw, and what he learned in school, those dreams, they were all beyond his grasp. So to my point, for many of us, we live our lives as armchair quarterbacks, always having better ideas, always second guessing and thinking we have the right answer or the right words to say, until that moment when we don't know what to say. And it is at that moment of vulnerability where we step back and we start to really rely upon God. In the years since that moment, I've seen hundreds, if not thousands, of struggling kids in ways most of us can never understand or conceive. So here's my practical challenge for you this week. This Thanksgiving, we're going to be distributing food boxes. We're giving them to all the kids who rely upon those free lunches at school, the free after-school dinners they get from us each and every day. You see, when school's out and the holiday break pops up, many of these kids don't know where their next meal is coming from. Add to that this year the rising cost of food, we've all seen it, and also the cuts to the food stamp program, and there's more need than ever before to feed these kids. So today, I want you to put your toe in the water. Food pantries pass out canned foods all day, every day. But many of those recipients can't utilize that food because they don't have something as simple as can opener. So for this young man I just told you about, it was the simple step of faith to get him what he needed that made the difference. For kids this holiday season, it starts with a $5 can opener. In the years I knew this young man, I wish I could have done more. Because shortly after his 21st birthday, He was hit by a car while he was crossing the road. A few pairs of jeans may not seem like much to us, but they were a physical sign of hope for him. In Matthew 18:5, Jesus tells us, "Anyone who welcomes a little child like this on my behalf is welcoming me." Are you ready to take that baby step in your own dreams? I mean, you can Cash App us $5 to $AR Dream Center, or if you need that tax receipt, check out the link in the description. And if you're the kind of person who wants to take that extra step, there's an address where you can buy your own can opener and send it our way to provide to a struggling kid. But don't wait to act, because just like this young man, we never know how long we have to take that first step.